This is a new puzzle design I came up with in February of this year, 2012. I call it the cluster to new. The assembled shape is like a cluster buster, but as you can probably see from the outside appearance already, the dissection is quite different from most of the other cluster family puzzles that Stuart Coffin designed. The puzzle has 6 pieces. 3 of them are similar to each other, so there are 6 pieces, 3 of each of 2 different kinds, and the 2 different kinds are mirror images of each other. The rest of this video will be a bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to spoil the solution, you might turn the video off now. The rest of the video I will show how to disassemble this puzzle, show the pieces apart from each other, and then reassemble. Okay, so solution. With most of the cluster puzzles, there were 3 points around the outside that needed to be pressed opposite in just the right fashion to open the puzzle. This one's a little different. You actually have to get your fingers on the inside on both halves and press. In this case, you need to press on the yellow or the satinwood triangles on the inside of these dimples in opposite directions to open the puzzle, which is a little different than any of the Coffin designs I've seen so far, which I was pretty happy with to see that I could come up with something kind of new and unique. So here I have the orientation correct. Obviously that's not the direction. There are 3 different directions. One this way, one this way, one this way. That's not it. So I'll just move over to the next one. Again, press on all of the yellow triangles all the way around. Get my fingers oriented correctly. Press, and again that's not the right one. So I'll try from the top direction now, and this one should work. Oops, I must have switched myself around here. Try this again. There we go. So now you can see it sliding apart into the 2 halves. Each half does require coordinate motion. This one looks like it goes around in a clockwise direction, so I'll set that on the left. This one goes in a counterclockwise direction. And to disassemble, just simply draw the points toward each other. They rotate up. Three similar pieces, 3 of the same shape pieces. Same thing with the counterclockwise half. Squeeze the points upward, and the 3 pieces will come apart. And you can see that they are mirror images of each other. For a couple of years now, I've used these 7-sided blocks to measure the length of a center block, since I can measure across these points to make sure that I have my jig set up correctly. These were just kind of throwaway blocks for a couple of years, but every time I threw one away after I had my jig set correctly, I thought these blocks must be good for something, and someday I really want to use these for a puzzle. So I was happy to use those for the cluster to new design. You can see the 7-sided block is on each end, one here and one more over here. It's harder to see this one here, but I was really happy that after 2 years of throwing these things away, that I finally found a design that used those. And this is a different block than are used in many of Stuart Coffin's puzzles. I know Mike in Greece uses these blocks, or has used them. At least he has the block on his website. So it's not my own block design, but something unusual for Coffin's designs. I was happy to use it here. So now I'll show reassembly. Again, the 3 pieces, the 3 similar pieces go back together. The tetrahedron on the back side here goes underneath the hook with the prism block, and that's what generates the coordinate motion. So I usually leave it propped a little bit like this out, and then turn this one and reorient it so that this tetrahedron here goes into the hook of this piece, and vice versa. The tetrahedron on the first piece needs to go in to the third hook there. So that's a little bit of dexterity and coordination required, but not too bad. Same with the other half, only this one goes together in the clockwise direction. Again, just align the tetrahedron blocks on each of the three pieces and squeeze them together. Kind of wiggle them a little bit so we don't force them. It's usually how I try to do it. That way I don't chip a block. They do fit fairly well. And then once you have the two halves assembled, the rest of the assembly goes very similar to many of the coffin designs, the diagonal sliding axis solution. So there you have it, the clustered anew. Thanks for watching.